Meet Liam, a young professional who believes that the key to a successful life is simply being liked by everyone. He walks into the office every morning with a wide, eager smile, hoping that his pleasantness will act as a shield against conflict. Liam is a man with soft features, wire-rimmed glasses, and a neatly pressed light blue button-down shirt. He settles into his desk, surrounded by stacks of files that aren't even his. He thinks that by saying yes to every request, he is building a reservoir of goodwill that will one day be returned. But the reality of the corporate world is often much colder than Liam's optimistic heart. By mid-morning, Liam's desk has become a dumping ground for the tasks his colleagues simply don't want to do. Every time someone approaches with an extra favor, Liam nods enthusiastically, his wire-rimmed glasses slipping slightly down his nose as he agrees to help. He doesn't realize that his inability to say no is being interpreted not as kindness, but as a lack of self-value. His light blue shirt is starting to show slight creases from the tension he carries in his shoulders. He believes he is being the ultimate team player, the person everyone can rely on. Yet, as the clock ticks, he is the only one drowning in work while his peers chat near the coffee machine. The lunch hour arrives, and Liam stays glued to his seat, working through his break to finish a report for a manager who didn't even say thank you. He watches through the glass partitions as his teammates head out together, laughing and sharing stories. They didn't invite him, perhaps because they assume he's too busy, or perhaps because they've stopped seeing him as an equal. Liam adjusts his wire-rimmed glasses and tries to ignore the sinking feeling in his chest. He tells himself that his hard work will be recognized during the upcoming promotions. He believes that his sacrifice is a testament to his character, unaware that respect is earned through boundaries, not through submission. The conflict finally ignites during a high-stakes project meeting later that afternoon. Liam's boss, a stern man in a dark suit, asks who can take on the lead role for the new account. Liam has done all the preparation, his light blue shirt now damp with sweat from the effort he's put in behind the scenes. He waits for someone to nominate him, or for his boss to acknowledge his quiet dedication. Instead, a louder colleague who has done half the work speaks up and claims the idea as his own. Liam looks around the room, waiting for someone to correct the narrative, but everyone stays silent. The nice guy trap has officially snapped shut on Liam's career aspirations. He knows he should speak up, that he should defend his work and claim his rightful place. But the fear of appearing difficult or mean paralyzes him, causing his hand to tremble slightly on the mahogany table. He adjusts his wire-rimmed glasses again, his eyes darting toward the floor as the meeting continues without his input. He is realizing that by never setting boundaries, he has taught everyone else that his time and talent are free for the taking. He has become a ghost in his own success story, a secondary character in a life he was supposed to lead. After the meeting, Liam retreats to the break room, his spirit dampened and his light blue shirt feeling like a lead weight. He pours a cup of cold coffee, staring at his reflection in the stainless steel refrigerator. He sees a man who is helpful, yes, but also a man who is weak. He realizes that the respect he craved isn't something that can be given as a reward for being nice. It is something that must be demanded through the strength of one's presence. He thinks back to all the times he said yes when he wanted to say no, and the weight of those lies begins to feel unbearable. The climax of Liam's journey occurs when his colleague, the one who stole his credit, approaches him with yet another favor. "Hey Liam, can you finish these slides for me? I have a dinner date tonight," the man says with a dismissive smirk. Liam feels the familiar urge to nod and smile, to be the nice guy one more time. But something inside him has finally shifted. He looks at his colleague, really looks at him, and sees the lack of respect reflected in the man's eyes. This is the moment where Liam must decide if he will remain a doormat or become a man of substance. Liam takes a deep breath, his chest expanding under the light blue fabric of his shirt. He doesn't raise his voice, and he doesn't lash out in anger. Instead, he simply says, "No." The word hangs in the air, heavy and unexpected. His colleague's smirk vanishes, replaced by a look of pure confusion. "What do you mean, no?" the man asks, clearly taken aback. Liam adjusts his wire-rimmed glasses, his gaze steady and unwavering. I have my own work to finish, and your personal plans are not my responsibility, Liam explains calmly. For the first time in his life, the silence that follows isn't awkward. It's powerful. As the news of Liam's refusal spreads through the office, the atmosphere begins to change. People look at him differently, not with the casual disregard they once had, but with a newfound curiosity. He continues to be helpful when it's appropriate, but he no longer allows himself to be exploited. His wire-rimmed glasses seem to catch the light with more clarity as he works on his own projects with renewed focus. He is learning that respect comes from boundaries, and that being helpful is only a virtue when it is a choice, not a compulsion. His light blue shirt remains crisp as he navigates the rest of the day with a straight spine. Liam decides to take it a step further by scheduling a meeting with his boss to discuss the project credit. He enters the office with a level of confidence he never knew he possessed. He presents his evidence calmly, showing the drafts and the data he produced. He doesn't beg for recognition. He simply states the facts. His wire-rimmed glasses frame eyes that are now sharp and determined. He explains that while he is happy to contribute to the team, he will not allow his contributions to be erased. The boss listens, nodding slowly as he sees a leader emerging from the shell of a follower. The resolution of Liam's story is not just about a promotion, but about a total internal transformation. He finds that by saying no more often, his yes has actually gained value. People no longer dump their trash on his desk because they know he won't accept it. He is still the man with the soft features and the light blue shirt, but there is an edge to him now, a boundary that commands a certain level of decorum. He has traded the fleeting pleasure of being liked for the enduring power of being respected. He feels lighter, despite the workload, because the burden of people-pleasing has been lifted. A few weeks later, Liam is the one leading the team meeting. He stands at the head of the table, his wire-rimmed glasses catching the overhead lights as he speaks with authority. He encourages his team to be helpful, but he also reminds them of the importance of individual accountability. He wears a similar light blue shirt, but it fits him better now, or perhaps he just carries himself with more pride. He looks around the room and sees his colleagues nodding in agreement, not because they have to, but because they actually value his insight. He has finally become the man he was always meant to be. Liam's journey teaches us a vital lesson about the social fabric of our lives. Respect is not a reward for being a doormat. It is a response to someone who knows their worth. When you allow others to cross your boundaries, you aren't being nice. You are being complicit in your own devaluation. Liam still has his soft features and his wire-rimmed glasses, but he is no longer the nice guy who finishes last. He is a man who understands that his time, his energy, and his dignity are his most precious resources. And by protecting them, he has finally earned the place in the world he always desired. The moral of the story is simple yet profound. Be helpful, but don't be weak. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are gates that control who is allowed into your space and on what terms. If you find yourself losing respect, look at where you are failing to say no. Start small, stand your ground, and watch how the world adjusts to the new version of you. You don't have to change who you are, just how much of yourself you give away for free. True respect is built on the foundation of self-respect. Remember that the next time you feel the urge to sacrifice your needs just to be nice. Thank you for watching Liam's story. If this message resonated with you, it's time to start setting your own boundaries today. Hit the like button if you've ever felt like the nice guy who lost respect, and subscribe to Nuri's Level Up for more stories on how to master your social and professional life. Leave a comment below with one area of your life where you're going to start saying no. We release new content every week to help you become the strongest version of yourself. Until next time, remember that your respect starts with you. Subscribe now and join our community of growth.